and wisdom beyond her years that she was known for. There's a lot that can be said for years to come about Maleeka, but without further ado, we'll get into the memorial. Maleeka's story in our party began back in 2017 at a community meeting in her hometown of Akono. Now, present at this meeting was the councillor for the area who actually spoke at the event. And to give you an idea of the kind of personality Maleeka was, we will actually show you the exchange between the councillor and Maleeka that happened at the community meeting. And just allow me one moment. I'll share my screen. Right. So as I mentioned, this was the exchange that took place between Maleeka and the councillor, and this was her first time addressing a crowd. And well, she was a spoken word poet, which we will come to see afterwards. But this was the first time addressing a crowd on a political platform, and she felt moved to speak because, as you can see, the councillor was very flippant and very dismissive about the affairs of the people in Akono, and Maleeka felt moved to respond to the councillor afterwards. In the interest of time, I will skip parts of the exchange.
Unfortunately, like everyone else, I have a baby child, 4 years. I had to attend a school function, and that ran late, so I do apologize. All right. If you don't mind, first of all, I'm Councillor Martin Gonzalez. I'm going into my 4th year as a councillor, so all your concerns and what you highlighted, it's nothing new to some update. Number one, the pavements. We will constructing the pavement. Unfortunately, we cannot do any pavement for the entire Kono because when the engineers took a look, so many people homes are on the road. Their wall is actually on the road. So, and when we try our best to get approval, we will decline. So the most we can do right now is do a pavement from this school here to the main road, which will be started very soon. And that will be given to URP. That's why I asked Ms. Ballard where she's working with URP. Agriculture. We tried our best to invest our community in agriculture, but most of the lands in Akono and Marcus Valley is already allotted for 99 years lease. And the land that is available by the government is in the mountains. So the choice of properties and the land, the people are speaking about doing agriculture is privately owned. So that poses a challenge. If you're willing to leave Maracas Valley and do agriculture in other areas, that definitely can be done, because there are other areas and necessarily have to be at home to do agriculture. So I'm just giving some insight. The community center, that is something I worked on. I got approval through the commission, but the issue we have is getting the property. I went to Mr. Turban up in Corita. Folks is asking for $7 million for their land. We, right at the bottom of Green Hill, the house where Mr. DeMattis owned, we spoke to the lady. She's willing to sell the home, but that size is not adequate enough for a community center. It has to be a certain size for adequate parking. So that's not available. And then again, when I speak to the community, when I speak to the one, they say people are coming, he said that there, we are not coming, we don't go in that area, and these are people from a corner. So let's be real. As the young lady said, you all have to come together, put your differences aside. Secondly, where was everyone 15 years ago? Across the river, they have over 40 acres of land that was available, that the community could have come together, made some arrangement, and acquire part of that land for a football field and a community center. When I walk around now and look into these properties, they're all owned by private people from the outside. And the minute they hear you from the government, they're speaking about 7 figures to purchase these properties. So we're not giving up. I have spoken to the Minister of Community Development, all right, the Dr. Honorable Nayan Gaspi-Dolly. She's looking into it, and we'll see what's best we can do to get a community center for Akono. So please, all hope is not lost. I'm in negotiations with certain landowners. If they're willing to sell at a rate that is appropriate to the government, remember, I'm only the middleman. And they're willing to pay for the property, something we can do, all right? And the same, if anyone can identify any grounds or any area that we can get a football field in Akono, just say the word. I have spoken to Mr. Kosal, he'll help with the equipment. You know, we get Ministry of Sports involved. So that's where you all have to come in. Hey, there's no football field. We have one of the largest recreation grounds in the country, just 10 minutes from here. So why can't we get the commitment from the young people to go into that football ground and train and play? Why does it have to be in your doorstep? It don't necessarily have to be in front of your house to be, you know, I know you want a football field, but it's just 10 minutes away in both directions. So again, we're here to serve the people, so that's something we're going to work on. The gentleman spoke about
so just going to skip to where Maleeka comes in. Okay.
Can you come?
As well.
And if there isn't anyone else, we will then ask you take another resident, and then we will ask Brother Abdullah to give a sort of response. Okay.
Okay. So, good night, everybody. Sorry for my wrinkles, you know, I'll actually have something. Just pay not on me. Okay, so my name is Maleeka, Cumberbatch, you know. That was my mom that spoke. Now, just come here and see what it was all about. So, sitting down there, listening to everybody's cousins, I came up with 4 points I'd like to address. Is agriculture. Okay. Agriculture. So, the councillor just said that it has a lot of land, but a lot of it is privately owned and that, you know, nobody's willing to give it up. But I remember that my dad used to work agriculture on a land and the government gave him her land back to give it up and it was the government's land. So I don't know what you're really talking about here. But yeah, and he worked the land for years. We used to go up in the garden, plant, and we used to go in the market and make produce. He used to make peppers and stuff for different people, and we used to bring in a lot of produce and stuff for the country, but yet still we didn't get the land. Water. So Wassa has a reputation for not fixing back roads. They have a reputation for digging up the road and just patching it back with the same gravel they dig up the road with. I see it every day, you all see it every day. We all know Wassa does this. So why would somebody want Wassa to come through their land? and dig up their land and not put it back together. That would be probably the reason why the person did not want water to pass through their land. If it was me, I wouldn't want water to pass through my land either, because they dig it up and they would leave it just the way they dig it up. They won't put it back together. They do it with the roads. So who said they're not going to do it with our land? The third point. The third point, infrastructure. So yes, I understand where the council is coming from, saying that, a lot of people's houses on the road. My house is actually where my family's little yard is actually on the road. The wall is on the road, so I can understand where he's coming from there. But the whole left side of Okono Road barely have walls on the road. You can put the pavement on that side, because I know walking right by before you pass running, I just have to be diving up on the little piece of pavement it have there to not get wet by water, not get run down by the truck. So the left side of Okono very good. We don't need two pavements, we need one. At least just one. The fifth thing after this, fourth.
And well, before we continue, I should just interject and say this is probably my favorite part of UI.
And I don't mean any disrespect by this, but it needs to be said. Before I came here today, I did not know who the counselor was. I did not know we had a counselor. I never see this man before in my life playing so bad manners. I've never seen it before. Really come and see what is going on face. I believe the politician, and mostly politicians today, they suffer with this problem. They're always in their office and expect to fight the battle from there when actually battle. You see, you can't fight a battle if you don't know what's really going on. So off. But you need to be on the ground to actually fight more. Scene. Come and talk to the community, you can come in your rubber ding ding, a little jersey and some shorts. You come and talk to the community. At least people say that, yes, I saw the counselor. Yes, the counselor came to he actually is active in the community, because till now, just a few seconds ago, I did not know who he was. So yeah, and my last thing is you see, as the first person who talked, I myself am an aspiring activist, right? But growing up in this community, I remember when I was smaller, everybody knew everybody. You used to see children out on the streets, always a bad thing, out on the streets playing football or basketball. I remember when my uncle and my dad, they used to play basketball right in front there. And you don't see that anymore. You don't see that love there anymore. Nobody just pass and say good morning. I just walk right down the car to walk out of Okono. Don't talk about for the young children. I could talk. I am a young child. These young children have no respect, no more whatsoever. Are you trying to tell me that I'll be walking down the road, a boy who is younger than me would pass and say something extremely disrespectful to me? Is that what we're really raising in our home right now? In Marcus, in TNT, you have no respect. I remember, you sit down with your elders and you used to be. I honestly wish I was born long time. Because long time sounds like so much fun. You know, you jump in the day by teeth mango, get a little cocktail, you know, all that in it. What stories do we have to tell our children? What stories do I have to tell my children I get older? I had to stay inside because the crime rate going up. I can't walk down the road. I can't do anything. I had to be locked up in my house because y'all have no respect no more, y'all have no love no more. And then we wonder why the country is going the way it's going. Trinidad is how to put it? We're a country based on our heritage. We're a country based on our ecosystems, if to put it like that. When people come to Trinidad, they come in more not for only carnival and for just to come to a tropical country. They come in for the ecosystem, to hear the stories, the tales, all of that. They come in to hear. We're the most cosmopolitan country in the world, and it is a proven fact. It have no race we don't have in Trinidad, but yet still we're not building on that. Our country is going on an economic trade, and we will always looking at ways to invest and stuff like that. But instead of really investing money, why not invest time? We are. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Right. Developing our country, which is a good thing, but about we develop our country a little too much because of cities. Why would somebody leave the city to come to the city? It makes no kind of sense. We want to make money. Why not make money off of tourism? You want to build tourism. We build tourism by saving our rivers, saving our waterfalls. We have a waterfall right up there. Maracas Waterfalls. It's very big, yet do we see tourists coming up here? No, we don't. When you go up Maracas Waterfall, people are afraid to go up Maracas Waterfall because of what we're meant to invest and clean up the pathways. Or even Maracas Bay, those developments they put in on Maracas Bay just ruining the whole atmosphere of Maracas Bay. Maracas Bay is not the beach itself, but yet the atmosphere. People go to Maracas Bay for the bad stuff like that, but you're developing it a little too much, and now Maracas Bay looks like a wasteland. Play talk bad manners. It does look like a wasteland. You see, the thing is that people think about Trinidad, and then people think about that people that who have that love, that togetherness, that now people think about Trinidad, they think about the crime, you trying to tell me that just a few days ago, right in La Mango, somebody got shot, coming late home at night, and she was 17 years old. We take it one by one. Just now we won't have. So we need to fix that. We need to respect one another more of the mentality that because you need what she is, we can't lie, We always separated by this. We pick a politician, a prime minister, based on the ethnic group he came from. That is little do we know, like nobody would say it, I would say it, that that is what we did for this election. Everybody just divided. It was Indians here, Negroes on this side here. We all know that. We all know so why we really fighting. It have nothing to do, but as a country and really put that love back in there. That's all I have to say.
At just the age of 17, Maleeka was, as they say, a diamond in the rough. And as time passed, that reduced by the motherland and was prepared for Trinidad and Tobago, as you heard from the way that she politicians and the lies that they tell and the way that they butter up the people. But it was clear that they couldn't pull the proverbial wool over the eyes of this one. At this time, we're going to take a look at some of Maleeka's poetry. As I mentioned before, she was a spoken word poet. And we're going to have a chance now to hear some of the messages that she left with us through her art. Just bear with me once again as I prepare to share my screen. Comrades, I apologize. I wasn't aware that the mic was muted. Allow me to begin the recording again. I apologize for that. As I mentioned, well, as I was mentioning when my microphone was muted, Maleeka was also known as a spoken word poet, and as you would have seen from the from her interaction with the counselor, she was a real diamond in the rough, as they say. And as time went on, that diamond became more refined. She was a diamond produced by the motherland and gave her all to the motherland. And we're gonna see now some of her poetry. And this poem was recorded at the MSJ conference in 2017 at the UE Conference Center.
Who was just spoken about as the person who spoke in a poem. So, Maleeka.
Hidden chapters. I lay down home listening to the pitter patter of the raindrops on my roof. Then I remembered I had a history test to study for. But for the life of me, when I opened my history books, I saw nothing of me. I don't mean me personally, but where I came from. From what I read, all I saw was a white man's take on history, as he takes his story to make him look like a hero, when in the Lord, he saw the truth and hid them within us. So said my friend, and listen to these hidden chapters. But I must warn you, the truth is imperfect. But it's time we became aware of the pretty little lies that they flashed before our eyes. And actually learn about our time. Let's get back to a time when I held a basket to my head and used one hand to steady it and the other to hold my chest. As I was on our way to catch a trap, puts a blade to my neck and tells me not to see where this fiery rage and restricted. But little did I know that in the near future to come from a child in the eyes as they took him away, and I couldn't help but wonder why my African kids. Until we made it to the Gold Coast and I realized he made a deal with the devil. Played your own breed against you. He turned you against you. It's been black on black from day one, and then you wonder why one by one we see black on black crimes on the news. But here's news to you. When the white man couldn't get inland, he looked inland. He used the hits of his tongue and sent us to capture us. We dragged ourselves out. We sold out. We're very much responsible for the way the world is today. And now we wonder why today some of our brothers sell out. We place ourselves in slavery at the gold. For gold, and that very gold cost us everything. Till this day, we fight over every little thing. You see, we're still under his control, but welcome to the hidden chapter. Place us on a ship that smells like rotten flesh. Look back at my motherland and watch my freedom run to death. Went below deck and it stinged like the anus of a lion. Look at my brothers, like this ain't supposed to be. Puts us in shells that won't even big enough for us to stand in. Whilst in this day and age, we're still on our slave ship, they just call it prison, where the only choice we have is to stay standing. Yeah. The only choice we have is to stay standing. Raped our women month after month on that ship. You took what wasn't yours to give. Her freedom, her home, her child, her culture, her life. Now you're taking her without even thinking about making her your wife. How much more do you want? How much more do you need? Our sanity? Yes, our sanity, you took that in need. Sold me to the white man that branded me on my chest. Made me a slave in his fields, whilst today we're still enslaved, just by different fields. Instead of branding our chest, they give us brands to waste money behind, keeping our financial status as a loop. Instead of training us, they give us cell phones, social media, and the ideal look. So that when we update our status, they can tell us that we aren't good enough, pretty enough, or smart enough. They replace our overseas with officers. So whilst I'm driving down the highway, you can put me aside and shine a light in my eyes and not see a young girl. But look at my roots, thick and fully as they can be. And all these roots of my ancestors are moved back to Africa. Like I'm supposed to apologize for my hair being thick and curly and the coils that they made. Like I'm supposed to apologize for melanin made in my skin. supposed to apologize for being able to withstand heat or being able to stand strong through whatever life gives me. Like, I'm supposed to apologize for walking fast. No intent is always following me. Like, I'm supposed to apologize for being still bearing the scars of slavery. Being a person his plan is like, and every black man committed to making a change. Change from speaking in front of congregations to having congregations speaking at his funeral. And then I look to the heavens as if God wasn't seeing this. As if he understands he isn't the only one who lost a child. The same child that he picked as white, when logic shows that he is black. Back in Egypt, the people are black. The pharaohs, the kings, the queens, they are all black. They brainwashed us and hid the truth. When the truth is, we invented math. We invented the wheel. We invented the clock and all the pyramids and why people love to take so much credit. We discovered that, for today, we discovered that they tried to hide this from us and make us feel less than human. But still, this is only the beginning of the hidden child. Here I was, standing in this dark room, all by myself. Or so I thought. You see, I didn't know that myself comprised of more than one person. My thoughts, my doubts, my self-esteem, self-criticism. All different voices with different tones, different opinions, and one common goal: to create my best friends. You see, she's the best at what she does, and before truly understand. She reminds me of the common saying, everything that glitters isn't gold. She keeps me grounded so I don't soar too high with my feet. The only one there for me when I'm all alone in that dark room. She makes room for me in her schedule, so when I say life, she's always by my side. She has many different sides, and so she captures my very attention. So I stay attentive in class, well said. And she pairs up with tears, harm, drugs, and addiction. But in short, that I feel better, but you see, it's better constant voices in my head that have me headed towards insanity because they come from inside of me. And here I am standing in this dark room with the voices creeping in, and they came from within. And where is Sue now? Where is Sue now? Please. Sue, help me. But my mental state is way past see, I watched that soon became the very waves that drowned me in a sea of sorrow. As this teacher called life flashed me in my scars countless times in a row, and I lost count of the voices in my head as less and less the voice of my own heartbeat. But all I heard was, you're a hoe, you're worth best, you will never be good enough, you could never be good enough, you will never, could never make it, you're illiterate, you're dumb, you're ugly, you're fat, you're anorexic, you will never make it, all you were meant to do was die, you're not, I never wanted you in the first step. Just stop. But nothing I do could make Sue's voices shut up. In case you haven't caught up, in case you haven't realized, this isn't Sue's side, this is suicide, because there's a Sue inside all of us. And she was like different names, doubt, depression, low self-esteem. This isn't sorrow, no. This isn't rain, this is anger, no. This is rain untouched, rain untamed, rain bottled up and pushed down deep. I didn't find but I drowned in the sea that Sue created. But the only time I was allowed to breathe was when I pulled a joint or a cigarette and I blew smoke on nerves. You see, this is my only getaway. Time and time again, I tried to get away, but Sue fed me the sweetest taste of addiction. Now I feel like I can't do without it because without it, I can't breathe. The only time she allowed me to feel happy when I blew smoke on nerves. I looked in the mirror and I don't even recognize my trueness anymore. This entire feels but more the already voices seem to be something they say whatever happened to the glass that was half empty and half full. You see, the thing is that glass is so fragile that Sue slipped and she broke it, not shattered on the ground. And Moses driving the broken pieces apart. So I guess you can say that I'm that glass and Sue is the water driving my broken pieces apart. And apart from all this, she became one of the worst dictators in history. She's a greater dictator than Hitler, you see, because she always hits target. She's the cause for the genocide of my dreams. She's the reason we did my grave. She gave me the rope and the chair to the trigger and told me to put it. She placed the blade in my hand, placed it to my neck and told me to slip it. Told me there wasn't a hole. Because if there was, I could truly love me. Never put me through this. Through this, I want to find out myself. But curiosity always killed the cats, and so did Sue. She made me get the very desire to see my heart and go flat. I know. Just stop us. You see, this is where I draw the line. They say God gives his battles to his strongest soldiers, but that's wrong. God gives us battles to see how strong we really are. So if you listen to Sue's side and study here today, you don't even know how strong you really are. You see that teacher called life? He gives us a test and then teaches the lesson. He breaks us down to build us back up stronger. It's like muscle. Through exercise, muscle tears, but grows back twice as strong. So the next time around, you can withstand the set. And the set of voices in your head will be silenced by your own voice. Diary of a Dead Man. June 28, 1940. I laid in my room, and then I heard my mother made me to pass. But whilst I was just so I could say my piece in this world. But this was white supremacy. This put my mind at formation. I was of a man, less of a human, heartless of a voice. But the funny thing about that is, I voiced my opinion to thousands of Africans as I stood with my loaded piece by my side, and we marched forward screaming, I stood up the system, we see it always tips towards bourgeoisie. But as far as I see, one day Africa will be free. I stood with the ANC until it was time to put down our guns, because darkness couldn't drive out darkness, only light could do that. Therefore, violence couldn't drive out violence, only love could do that. But at that moment, I didn't realize everything was about to change. As the clock changed to 10 a.m. April 10th, 1993, the tree of capitalism great shots rang up. I looked up and I saw the devil. And no, the devil wasn't red, he was white. And when I looked down, I saw my red blood bleeding out. My air, my lungs was running out. I closed my eyes and I blacked out. I felt my spirit leave my body. As I saw my daughter run and grab up my body, she screamed so loud it could be heard throughout time, but Father Time came and told me the clock was running out. And throughout everything I've done in my seconds that passed, I wondered if I'll be left in the past after all I did for the motherland, or would I be told in his story? And no, don't get confused. This isn't a story. This is the diary of a dead man and my legacy class. You see, this is why you should be named after. Because come on, bunch, they are a bunch of rebels. Just said, I know you're trying to figure out. Who am I? I am Chris Hunt.
This is
Once again, I apologize. I didn't realize my mic was muted. I will play that message again.
Greetings to you all, family. Daughter of mine, she used to call me mother. In my language, she used to call me Maggie. I loved her so much. We had a good relationship till to death. So family, Maleeka used to sing song together with me. I have a wonderful song to share with you, but I will translate it in English. It's a song that we used to sing together in my language. It goes like this. Senzenina, 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 Senzenina. It means, what have we done? So as for me, it says, what have we done to lose you, Maleeka? What have we done to lose such a precious diamond? But only God knows. Dad, you cannot be proud, but we are proud of having Maleeka. Maleeka, you will forever stay in our hearts. You will forever be with us. Rest well, comrade. Have a tight sleep. Thank you. Shalom.
I want to start by extending my condolences to the family, to her friends, to her loved ones. I can't believe that we're talking about a young, brilliant actress. In the past tense, sometimes, sometimes. I remember Maleeka as a person who was so talented at spoken word, who had a true gift for reaching out to people and connecting to people and, making people feel comfortable, and just was so steadfast in her beliefs. And I really hope that her impact continues to be felt for many years to come.
And that brings us to the end of tonight's memorial for Comrade Maleeka. As I mentioned before, there's still a lot that could be said about the kind of person that Maleeka was. And in spite of the short time that she was here with us, She left an impact that we will remember for the rest of our lives. Thank you once again for those of you who tuned in for the memorial service tonight. MSJ's Tuesday Talk will continue as usual from next week. Do have a safe night, everybody. Take care.